Welcome back, NoDQ Galaxy, to a brand new edition of the NoDQ review number 325. I am Virtue, the moderator, being joined by this week's elite panel of the review. Aaron Rift is here, Gino is here, TJS is here, and he showed up. Big Baller G is here with a better internet connection, and JJ Williams is here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, TJS? Why don't you have a red hat on, TJS? You know, red hat with white lettering on there.
Well, I do I have it around here, but I guess this one is more video appropriate.
So yeah, can't have freedom of speech. People get salty, get mad because people have different political views. Is that what we're talking about? All right,
they're gonna boo the national anthem. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to talking about this. We know the big topic that's gonna be going on tonight. We know the main event, and I'm still trying to accept that it happened, man, because we'll get to it, but what a great show that WWE put on. And like I said to Aaron, I could not imagine if you were watching Collision instead that night.
All right, well, you know how this works, TJS, so stay tuned. Big G, what's up?
I'm doing pretty good. Internet's working a lot better, thank God. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. We had a good weekend with Elimination Chamber. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get this ball rolling, baby.
Okay, stay tuned. JJ, what's up?
Another day, another dollar, Virtue. I'm glad to be here. Glad to talk some wrestling with y'all. Did something happen on Saturday? Because I haven't heard anything, so... But let's get into it, man. This should be some good stuff.
Yeah, and it's, we're going to be talking, obviously, about Elimination Chamber and a couple things that happened. Even something that happened on Raw last night. And you might get a little Virtue's Rage tonight. We'll see. Not like anything taken away from Jay winning the Royal Rumble, from Bianca winning the Elimination Chamber, and even the whole John Cena heel turn and joining forces with The Rock. No issues with any of that, but I still have a couple issues. Always have issues with WWE because it can always be better, damn it. Gino, what's going on?
Not too much. Honored to be here. Beautiful evening in South Florida right now. So looking forward to getting to these topics. Obviously, we've got a lot to talk about. So best moderator ever. Take it away.
All right. Well, first, we're going to go over to Aaron, and it's Tuesday night again. We just did this the other night on Thursday. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. I know Aaron hopes he's here financially, time-wise, so I can get back to my Nintendo Switch. I hope he's not here, and you know who I'm talking about. But, Aaron, over to you.
Maybe somebody else can make up for the lack of that certain someone. We'll see if that person shows up. But, look, we got the cat at least. So we got – is that Harley or Joker?
Joker.
Joker. All right. Well, shout out to Joker for making a little cameo tonight. We got a lot of people wearing hats on the stream. TJS at least wearing one decent hat. Thank you for that, TJS. I like the hat. I dig the hat. And we got JJ back with us again, and he's got his TV still in its box. One day we will find out what happens to that TV. It's great to have Gino with us as usual, and Big G, of course, with the cats, and Virtue, best moderator ever. It was a very eventful Elimination Chamber event. Looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts on one of the biggest angles in WWE history. So let's get right to it, Virtue. Let's discuss the state of WWE as WrestleMania season is on the way.
Before we talk about John Cena winning the men's Elimination Chamber match and the events that happened afterwards, we're going to talk about the women's Elimination Chamber match. And of course, Bianca Belair won it. You know, they had the whole angle at the beginning where Jade Cargill came out, attacked Naomi. Bianca was trapped in the pod, and it was all extra emotional. Like, I saw that coming a mile away that she was going to win that at that point, but she won. Is going to face the winner of Rhea and Iyo Sky. And then what did WWE do? Because they shocked the world all the time. They had Iyo Sky, who didn't she go into WrestleMania last year as a champion and lose to Bayley? Was that last year?
Correct.
So Triple H felt the need to put the belt on. we're going to talk a little bit about some Rhea Ripley stuff going on in conjunction with some issues I have with the Roman Reigns angle right now. But what's everyone's thoughts here on Bianca winning and Iyo Sky becoming the women's world champion? And where does that leave Rhea? I will start with TJS since you haven't been on the most recent out of this group here.
Oh man. So I mean, I almost want to start with talking about Iyo winning the title, but I guess I'll start with the elimination
Same
chamber.
topic. It doesn't matter. It's all
Okay.
intertwined.
Okay. Well, I feel like we have thrown away a marquee match here by not having Rhea versus Bianca because I mean, I would say those are the two biggest female stars in the company right now. So why? I mean, obviously besides Charlotte and Becky, non-horsewomen, those are the two biggest stars in the company, female. So why would you not do this match? Now, I mean, it's not confirmed that they're not going to end up doing a triple threat, but on paper, Bianca versus Rhea, that's a great match. So I'm baffled. I was not expecting Iyo to win the title. But as far as the Elimination Chamber goes, I mean, I get it, like, because I mean, what were you gonna have Liv versus Rhea again? Like, there's no way they're gonna do that match again. But then again, Triple H loves his rematches. So I felt like the Chamber was good, and I'm okay with Bianca winning, because I feel like they're kind of hurting on stars. I wanted Alexa to win, but she's going to get roped into the Wyatt Six nonsense. So I guess like I said, I'm fine with Bianca winning, but I'm just a little bit annoyed that we're not getting Rhea versus Bianca. And I feel like at this point, Iyo won the title just so Triple H could say like, "Oh, I thought you guys said it was predictable," or something like that. I feel like at this point, I feel like there's some pettiness going on, because why would you not do Rhea versus Bianca? That is night one main event worthy, in my opinion.
So TJS, when was the last time Cody Rhodes defended his title? Royal Rumble? Okay. When was the last time Gunther defended his title?
Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
Yeah.
January, right? When was the last time Tiffany Stratton defended her title? Why is Rhea Ripley defending her title on a Raw? That's just stupid booking. All the other champions can coast in post Royal Rumble with their titles to WrestleMania, but Rhea Ripley has to defend it. Like, I get when they use the Elimination Chamber to determine a champion sometimes. This wasn't that. That was stupid. Just, again, for all the good things that happen, WWE still makes fumbles. Rhea Ripley is the top female star. Charlotte's been gone. Gets mixed reactions. It's Rhea Ripley. Okay, let's insert her as a triple threat. We're going to have two triple threats with the company's two damn biggest stars, and you're throwing them away in triple threat matches this year just because you turned Cena heel. And again, you can do better. And I feel bad for these characters because, like, Rhea Ripley, like, that wouldn't have happened. Like, with her edge, just to randomly, like, lose like that. And I don't care how it happened. And Roman Reigns is not wanting to go for his title. He's going to be mad. We just have some issues here, people. And Bianca winning the Chamber, getting that spot, perfectly fine with that. Nothing against Iyo Sky. She had her run at the top, too. And you could have been more creative to get her in if you wanted a triple threat match. Why have Rhea lose it? I mean, there's no sense in her chasing it here, just in my opinion. Yes, TJS.
Real quick, I just wanted to say, and you guys might think this is a crazy idea, but I think that if they end up not doing the triple threat, how about you have Rhea enter the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and win it? The men's. Do it. Do it.
She deserves a marquee matchup. Like, that's.
I agree with Virtue.
Yeah, I
mean, Dominic versus Rhea.
They built her up. They built her up to be like that top, especially with Charlotte gone. And I know last year she kind of like gave up the title and was out injured, and they did that whole angle, but then came back and did all the stuff with Liv and won the title back. It blows my mind how. And I know sometimes you have to have some top stars like go back into the 1B spot so you can push the other people in the 1A spot. You know, I don't know. I mean, Hogan dominated the first 8 of wrestling today, and why it's such a big global juggernaut. You run with the big stars, and with 2 nights of WrestleMania, you can, like have your other people still involved. Like you don't have to have Iyo Sky win a title here. You could have still given her a spot. Again, kudos to Bianca. She got the marquee matchup set up, and now it's not that marquee matchup, and it could be a triple threat. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. Right? We'll see where it goes. Gino, what do you think?
Thank you so much. So there's a lot kind of going into this. Obviously we had Bianca winning the Elimination Chamber after the whole Jade thing, which I thought Jade, like I know you said on your review, Aaron, Jade looked very crisp with her moves, and her beatdown was a whooping, and it was really. I don't know who's got some video on in the background right now, but all right. Anyway, so that was entertaining in of itself. Like, what a way to start the match. Obviously, we had most of us had Bianca winning that were on the predictions. As far as the match itself, it was a fantastic match. And Liv, like, I just found myself being like, wow, she really is that good, isn't she? And I was like, are they gonna let her win this and do Rhea Liv for the whatever third, fourth time, however many times it is? I'm glad they didn't do that. But at this point, it wouldn't have mattered because it wasn't going to be versus Rhea. It was going to be versus Iyo. Who I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, I know she's over with the crowd and stuff, but like you said, Virtue, like everybody's going to say Rhea is the top female star in the company. So it didn't really make a lot of sense. Also, Aaron, I think you've coined the term at this point, the dumb baby face, stupid baby face type of booking. And I thought of you as soon as I saw that. I was like, why is our champion somebody who should know better? And Rhea actually addressed this on a WWE YouTube video that she was interviewed, and she's like, I went with Judgment Day. I've dealt with Dom. I've dealt with Liv. Like, I understand you can't take your eye off the ball. This is somebody I've never beaten. So I don't understand really what the idea is, because I don't know anybody's asking for Bianca versus Iyo. I know that The Rock in the post show for Elimination Chamber, obviously we'll get to him, but he did mention, we like to swerve people, and we also like to give them some things that they want, right? So there's a little bit of you get what you want, and also we're taking you on a ride. So in this moment, it feels like the Iyo Sky thing is the ride, and more the Jey Uso thing was like, oh, giving people what they want. But I digress. There should have been a disqualification. The referee's discretion in that match makes it more look like the referee is incompetent, right? Somebody put their hands on the champion. Like, that should end in a disqualification. I don't understand why it was, everybody was, the crowd kind of got like quiet. It was like, did they miss the bell? Like, what's going on? And then she loses. Like, talk about like having a need for a rematch without rematch clauses existing. That's it right there. I don't think they're going to give it back to her. But like you said, Virtue, a triple threat, another triple threat, the two biggest male and female stars in your company, and you're going to hoist them into almost third fiddle in their own story, doesn't really make sense. I'm hoping that they have enough time to rectify that and make it seem like, oh, okay, this was a good idea or something that we're interested in watching. I have my doubts, but here we are.
I mean, you had Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, and if you wanted to turn Bianca heel, or to have that classic like you're going to have with Cody and Cena, you could have done that. Have another marquee matchup, one-on-one or marquee matchups. Look, I wasn't even a fan of Daniel Bryan getting at it, Edge and Reigns several years ago. Even though Reigns stacked them both up, and it was great for that resume.
That was awesome.
Just WrestleMania is about the one-on-one heel babyface feuds, and of course, Roman ain't going to get one of those either this year. The top guy in your company who's on the video game cover. Big G, I'm coming over to you now, talking about Bianca winning and Iyo winning the title and Rhea Ripley in limbo right now, because apparently Triple H likes to keep people guessing about his fan favorites.
So overall, I thought the women's elimination chamber was great. Jade coming out, we talked about it plenty of times before this past weekend. Aaron did. I did on JJ's show on Saturday, but she came out, did her thing with Naomi, beat the holy hell out of her. Even my wife was like, what the hell is going on? Liv, I thought, was the MVP of that match. I mean, I don't care if it's fake or real. She took that freaking hair whip like a champ. And she's got the scars to prove it. Anyways, Bianca winning, I thought was the obvious choice. I had picked her or Roxanne to win, but Roxanne's still in NXT right now for the moment, so Bianca was the obvious choice heading into Raw last night. And I thought Rhea was going to retain. I mean, I'm a big Rhea fan. Anyways, it threw me off. I was like, holy, like it was on like Saturday when Cena had turned heel. I was literally like, what the hell just happened? You know, we all thought Rhea was going to be defending against Bianca, and they made the switch. I feel they did that for shock value, just to throw people off the scent. You know, true. You know, we as fans find WWE predictable, but I feel like with everything going on lately, Triple H and Nick Khan are trying to throw us off our scent to make, hey, you know what? We're not predictable. You thought Rhea was going to retain? Nope, Iyo was going to win. You know, y'all thought Cody was going to turn heel? Nope, Cena turned heel. Anyways, yeah, they might make it a triple threat match. And just like, you know, with Reigns, possibly, we'll talk about that later probably. But we're all still going to watch it. We might hate the match, but you're all going to sit and watch it. Am I wrong?
It's because Peacock's like $6 a month.
I'm not trying to. I know that, but as a wrestling fan, you'd still watch it regardless of
Big G is basically saying if Triple H takes a dump in the middle of the ring, we're all going to keep watching it no matter what.
That's what
he's
Russo
saying.
said. Yeah,
right.
But yeah, I was kind of irritated too because I wanted to see Bianca and Rhea go at it, but we'll see what they're gonna do with Rhea in the next 7 weeks. You know, are they gonna add her into the triple threat match yet? Because she did a stupid baby face thing, like Aaron says. You know, she took her eye off the game for 1 second, looked at Bianca and saying, "See you at WrestleMania." And, you know, lost. So, but like I said, we'll see what happens. I mean, we have 7 weeks to see what's up, Gino.
Okay. Yeah. So talk about stupid babyface again. I was watching it last night, and my girl and her father were in town. He hasn't watched wrestling in forever, and we were all like, if she gets the winner of the match, why does she like? Why is Bianca like trying to cheer Iyo on? It almost felt like she doesn't want to face Rhea Ripley. So that's like another like wrinkle to this whole thing. I wonder if they pull on that string a little bit because it just feels odd to be there ringside, knowing you're getting the match regardless. Like unless you truly do not want to face Rhea. I just thought that was odd.
I mean, she wanted to, you know, check out the competition, even though her and Rhea have the history. Same with, you know, Bianca and Iyo have history too. So, but anyways, I digress.
and we lost JJ, huh?
Where did JJ go?
He's in the green room, he said.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There we go. All right. Well, thank you, Big G. I'm going to go over to JJ now. Again, you have 2 major women's titles, 2 major men's titles, but yet Rhea has to defend hers heading into WrestleMania on a Raw. Just of all weird, just weird. Let's get a title match on Raw, Netflix. Yeah, because, you know, we're going to give fans something different. All right, JJ, go.
Apologies for dipping out there. I was hearing everybody kind of staticky on my end, so I switched to my phone. I think the only reason they did the championship match on Raw was for a ratings boost. You know, ever since moving to Netflix, you know, we had the 6 million or whatever the first week, and it's really gone down to now we're like 2.9 million viewers every week. And heading into WrestleMania, you want something that's going to get people talking. You want something that's going to generate water cooler conversation. So they did the match, did the title change. I'm not a fan of the title change personally. I don't have anything against Iyo, but I just thought it was a little bit, to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's enough story here to make us care about the inevitable triple threat, because you got to figure Rhea has never beaten Iyo. Bianca is undefeated at WrestleMania. So as we start to build towards what's more than likely going to be the inevitable triple threat, can Rhea beat the undefeated and beat who she's never beaten before to reclaim her throne? I feel like there's enough drama, intrigue, and story there to build up over the next few weeks. And I also feel like it's not a lock yet that we're going to get the triple threat, because even though Bianca did win the chamber, should have the title match against Iyo, Rhea also has claim to a rematch. So will Adam Pearce make the two women fight to see who's going to face Iyo at WrestleMania? And if he does, will Jade Cargill come out and interfere, because Bianca was involved in the attack as well, and she's been dividing and conquering on her revenge? You know, she got Naomi while Bianca was locked in a pod, couldn't do anything. This would be her opportunity to get Bianca, prevent her from winning and going to WrestleMania, and helping to further that storyline. I feel like there's so much going on here where you could still get a one-on-one match for Rhea, even if it's not the biggest money match, because we can always do Rhea Bianca at another time. We're having our first ever 2-night SummerSlam later this year. That would be a good marquee match for that. People have been talking about Bianca versus Jade ever since Jade debuted with the company. If Bianca was indeed part of the attack, that's a great way to get to Bianca Jade at WrestleMania. And now you've got two big money matches.
No, I don't think they're going to have Bianca lose her spot. That would defeat the purpose of having those matches. That's
Right.
just weak bookings. Same when they do that with the Royal Rumble match or the Money in the Bank winner. So I'm pretty sure she's guaranteed her spot. And it'll probably just be let's make a triple threat, because, you know, when you have triple threats, it's easy for somebody to take the pin, and you can protect the person you don't want to really lose on the big stage. So, and we're going to talk about that later too, when we talk about one big marquee matchup, and then what we're anticipating maybe for the other marquee matchup regarding the men's. JJ, anything else you want to add?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. I'm going to go over to Aaron now, and so far, so good. No Psycho Jet Black. Got me 2 shows in a row.
You sure?
He actually
You sure about
is
that?
here.
Are you
Well,
sure
it is
about
the
that?
John Cena meme.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Did he
I'll
start?
He's
had to
been
take
super
early years
chatting,
behind
bro.
you.
Oh, God.
Anyways, I'm not going to say too much about
I have them turned off, so I can't see any of the comments.
Whoops. I'm not going to say too much about the Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and Iyo Sky storyline, because I feel like we have to let it play out, as Road Dogg and others like to say. Have trust in the process. But, man, a triple threat just feels very watered down, especially when Roman Reigns is likely going to be in a triple threat. So we're getting 2 triple threat matches. It just feels a little lackluster. Like,
2 of
Rhea
your
Ripley
top
versus
stars.
Bianca.
3 of your top stars if you count Punk.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair sounded like a pretty good WrestleMania match. Iyo Sky, she's a great wrestler, but it just feels very random, and now I'm not really sure where this is going. But it feels like a triple threat, right? Like, what else could it be? Are they really not going to have Rhea Ripley in the title match? I mean, she could argue that there should have been a DQ, and the match shouldn't have even gone to that finish. But yeah, it made Rhea look bad, and I don't know who's going heel. I don't think Rhea Ripley as a heel really makes sense to me. She still gets great crowd reactions, and Bianca going heel also doesn't make sense to me. I feel like
Jeremy Dorset, like, seriously, Cena turns heel. Now, you don't want to, like, Oprah giving out cars. You turn heel. You turn heel. Hey, Punk, you turn heel. Roman, time for you to be heel again. Cody, you turn heel. Stop it.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
mean, really, Naomi's the one that attacked Jade, or so we're led to believe, and that's what it should be. Focus on that. Let that be that storyline. Bianca moves on and does something else. That's what I think. You know, if they're going to turn Bianca, I would not do it on the road to WrestleMania. I would wait until afterwards. And really, I don't think Rhea should be turning either. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to trust the process and let it play out as they say.
But you have no
let's-
choice. You cover it for a living. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Show to
Exactly.
show to show.
But the thing is, as said earlier, all of us are going to end up watching anyway. So, nobody's going to tune out because they don't like the women's title storyline. All right, let's get to the super chats here. Shout out to Psycho Jet Black, who is back on Tuesday. He said, "Sorry for being gone. I've been moving places. It's been hectic. Want to thank NoDQ for your years of content. Really appreciate you guys. Shout out to Virtue." He gave you a shout out. There you go. Whatever.
Yeah, they keep popping. Now I turned them on. Now I see them popping up left and right.
Well, I appreciate you, Psycho Jet Black. I don't know. I'm sure Virtue does behind those dark shades. I think he's got a little tear going down his eye. He's emotional. He likes you. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says John Cena should wear a certain red hat for reaction. Hey,
Make
there you go.
WWE great again.
He could do that. Ooh, that would be a controversial storyline if he did that.
We don't talk politics, but just a very simplistic something like that triggers people. Make America great again. Just a phrase, and the man behind the phrase is the controversial person. Why in the hell would any American be upset about that slogan? That's what every American should want. People are stupid. You know what I mean?
It depends on what your definition of great is. Everybody's got a different view.
We're supposed to be the top of the effing food chain. That we're the powerful country in the world. It went back all the way back since we established our independence. Like seriously, why are we all of a sudden let's be equal to third world countries? No. Jesus, man. Help the third world countries get up to our level, but we're always going to be the top. And that's not a political statement. That's just a fact. Look at nature. Top of the food chain. That's how it works. All right, go ahead.
All right, then. There you go. Virtue,
like
the
Roman
expert,
Reigns should be
the
at the top
expert
of the
on
food chain.
politics. All right.
Actually, there's no expert there. That's how nature is. Like, why did the dinosaurs die? Because an asteroid hit.
No, the Ice Age.
Because of an asteroid. See what I'm saying? But they ruled the world until something from outer space created a climate change.
Anyways, Mr. Sunset Rider sent in a $5 super chat. Says it's just me-use. Virtue, do the J-Uso to make up for that ridiculous stuff you just said.
But actually, it's not ridiculous, right? And by the way, I voted for Donald Trump.
Wah.
All right, Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat.
Don't you
Says,
mean
Aaron,
I'm stating a fucking.
Aaron, where's your no DQ red hat with white letters?
Listen, I'm stating. Then we'll keep idle. You let me finish this. I'm just saying. Listen, don't fucking take my freedom of speech away. I'm just.
All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. That is not tolerated on the no DQ review. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says, Aaron, where's your no DQ red hat with white letters? Well, my hat is black with red. Just letting you guys know that. NoDQ.com/merch. Now we'll move on to This Guy Experience, who sent in a $2 super chat. Says, I like Iyo winning. I think that's what he means. I like Iyo winning. Good surprise. Keeps us on our toes. I mean, it's a surprise, but the question is, what's the follow-up? I mean, time will tell on that. Not really sure what to make of it at this time, but thank you for that, This Guy Experience. And Psycho Jet Black sent in a $5 super chat. Psycho says, Virtue, are you mad that we're not getting Roman Reigns versus The Rock this year? I think he's mad about that for sure. And do you think the rumors are true that The Rock is just not ring ready for a match? He's a busy man. The Rock has a lot of things going on, and who knows what's going to happen with that. I think The Rock just has a lot on his plate, and maybe it just wasn't meant to be this year. But You never know with The Rock. He claims to be 20 steps ahead. He said the stuff at Bad Blood was for a reason. All right, looks like Virtue's back, so maybe he'll play nice now. Hello.
Now, listen, I'm not going to talk about what I was talking about. But you ever do that again, you ever try to take my freedom of speech away over anything, and I wasn't
There is
going
no
to
freedom of speech.
I
on
wasn't
NoDQ
going to
review.
insult anybody. I was just going to make a point about how I don't get upset over anybody's views. I'll just I don't. That's what the point I was going to make. And you just don't cut people off. I wasn't saying anything that was super appropriate or offensive.
But we're
I
not
could
going to
have,
talk about politics.
but I didn't. Now go back to the super chats where people were asking me something, and I will give you my answer.
Okay, did this guy experience?
Don't ever do that to me again.
Well, let's stick to wrestling then. and we
Don't
won't have a
ever
problem.
do that to me again.
Well, don't talk about stuff that isn't wrestling.
First of
Problem
all,
solved.
we've done that in the past, and you've never done that before. Why pick
We're
and
not
choose now?
talking about who we voted for.
Why?
People want-
Why?
people
Why?
want to
Why
forget
are we
it because
censored?
people are here to forget about that stuff. There's enough shit going on in the world. People come on here for wrestling.
Snowflakes. Jeez. All right, go ahead. Do these super chats.
Okay, so he agrees with you. The Rock. What do you think about him possibly wrestling? Do you think that
Well,
he's
he
busy
agrees with me
movies?
with what?
I don't know.
I agree. He agrees with me. Well, thank you. I don't know what he's agreeing with me. Maybe he can put that in a regular chat, and then I'll answer that. What were the Psychojet Black ones?
All right, he says seriously, who could use a face or a heel turn right now? I mean,
Nobody.
John Cena just turned heel.
Yeah, so nobody. You have to
Yeah.
let this one digest. You can't just keep doing them willy nilly. Like Cena, this is the long haul for now. Down the road, when this is old news, then you can find the next turn. But right now, and Roman just turned face. What, less than 6 months ago?
Yeah.
All right, we got another super chat here from Psycho Jet Black. Or actually, we already read that one. Hamp Connell sent in a $5 super chat. Says, today in history in 2001, Jerry Lawler quits the company after the cat is fired. This leads to the debut of Paul Heyman in WWE.
Okay, nice. And Lawler came back, right?
He did come back. I think they got divorced like 3 or 4 months after that, and then he ends up coming back to WWE. And that's when Paul Heyman filled in for a while. Yeah, that was a crazy moment with Jerry Lawler walking out. And on that note, I think we are caught up.
Now I swear there was another Psycho Jet Black one where he asked me a question, but
I'd have to-
I was taken off the stream. My freedom of speech was taken away. So go back and look at those couple. Psycho Jet Black.
think I know
feel like I was supposed to answer one more question from him.
It was the one about are you
Here.
mad that we're not getting Rock Roman? Yeah, that.
Well,
And he
yeah, because we could have had that last year, and then I got my hopes up for Rock Cody, but Rock's kind of taking a back seat, overlooking Cena now. So yeah, of course I want those other matches, but
What if
you got to settle sometimes.
What if this is all a ploy that Cena, since Cena sold his soul to The Rock, this is a ploy that Cena gives his spot to The Rock?
No, not at this point. And the dirt sheets were right. Cena was going to be the challenger to Cody, so they're all happy. They didn't know how it was all.
I'm
gonna
just
go
throwing
down,
a what
but,
if out there. That was all.
Yeah, Rock's just not wrestling. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll be lucky to ever get the Roman Rock match, which I think we will. I think the end game for all of this final boss stuff for Rock is for him and Roman down the road. I think that they just got to build it up so much to where when they do announce it, there will be no fans revolting against it, like from last year.
Yeah.
Because if it was never
how
going to
old is The
happen, Rock would have never said, or should I sit at the head of the table?
Yeah.
What else? I heard somebody say something. No?
Well, I was just saying, how old is The Rock now? He's getting up there. So
Yeah.
next year, I mean,
Late 40s, early 50s.
yeah, I think maybe SummerSlam, maybe, but Roman versus Rock should be at WrestleMania, not SummerSlam.
He's 52 years old.
That's what I
You
was
caught up?
raising my hand to say. He's 52. He'll be 53 this year.
And if I had to choose, if he only had one match left, I would want Rock and Roman, even over Rock and Cody. But again, here we are, not getting it, and we'll see what happens. We ready for the main event?
Well, we got a comment here from the Shanti. Says, stick to NoDQ. He sent in $5. He says, what what it happens, how you can turn Dom into a mega face, maybe versus Jake Paul. I guess he's talking about Dominic versus Jake Paul in a possible match.
He said he meant Logan in the chat. They didn't
Oh.
super chat it in.
That
He
would
said he
take a
meant
lot
Logan
of work
Paul.
though to get Dominic to that. Level.
I think people are already starting to like Dominic. I feel like he'll be able to turn very naturally fairly soon. JJ, you want to add something to that?
I think if they do it right, they could do it with this angle they've got going right now with him and Finn Balor, and how Dom wants to bring another member to the Judgment Day, and Finn has been rebuting it and just seemingly getting a little bit darker and a little bit darker each week, to the point where this week on Raw behind him was the Demon. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like if they do it right, they could do it here and have Dom end up being the babyface coming out of this, and Finn going further heel than he already is.
Yeah,
Gino?
what do you want to add, Gino?
Yeah, I just wanted that real quick. I know it was just a super set, not a topic. Dude, they could have they could have kept the Dom in the doghouse with Liv stuff going, and like that would have been the easiest way to turn him face. Like you just have her continue to crap all over him, not literally, guys. I know this is WWE, but we don't like that here. And it could have just ended up being like we feel bad for him, like we are gonna cheer him on. And they just kind of abandoned that. So
Thank you, Gino.
All right, we got one here from the Learning Sicko Dr. Bropio sent in $5. Thank you for that. Says, I hope you Cody crybabies are happy now. We got a somewhat heel Rock and a heel Cena now coming out to a Def Rebel theme potentially. Uh-oh.
Nah, I think Travis Scott's gonna be doing it.
That's what I was
Cena's gonna make
thinking.
his own music.
Get rid of that Travis Scott. Like that guy's he smacking Cody. I hope that's a work. And Cody really didn't get hurt, but he's like, hey, pop me on the side of the face and we're going to leak to the dirt sheets. They busted my eardrum. But, like, if it wasn't, marks like that need to be far away from the ring. Unless they're trained, like Logan Paul was. And
Well, he is getting trained, apparently.
yeah.
Well, he needs some work then, because that.
But
that
maybe
was...
we were worked, though. Maybe that was planned by them to get that heat through the dirt sheet to make people hate him even more.
No, it looked like he smacked him pretty hard from what.
But I mean, you can go in there and do that. Like that could have been planned. Cody could have been like, "Do it, just clock me right there. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get the dirt sheet marks."
Because Cody also got hit with that belt by The Rock, and you can't really fake that. You know,
yeah,
he's hitting him.
I mean, chances are he gave him a potato, but you never know. You know, Cody could have knew he was going to take one for the team to make it look more real.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe John Cena and Travis Scott collaborate on a theme song for John Cena.
If it's a Def Rebel, then I'm gonna lose all hope.
I mean, Roman Reigns' song isn't bad, and that's Def Rebel.
Def Rebel has some bangers, okay? The majority of their stuff is crap, I will give you, but I have legitimately a playlist with like 40 Def Rebel songs
40
that I feel are actually really good.
40?
They have more than 40? They even have that many?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait.
You figure they've been doing music for WWE since like 2018, 2019.
I gotta hear this list of 40 songs. Are you kidding me?
I'll send you the playlist,
40?
Aaron. I'll send it to you. Keep in mind, everything is subjective, but they're just songs that I really like. But I'll send you the playlist.
Same stuff there? What's going on here? Jeez, 40 songs. Can you name
Me and Walter are actually going to do a top 10 list of it going into WrestleMania. Top 10 Def Rebel instrumentals and top 10 Def Rebel with lyrics.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Wow. I'm at a loss for words on that one. All right. Warhawk Rambo sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says Roman Reigns is still bland. Most fans are just fickle, liking him because of his heel turn, fickle jabroni.
Yeah, there's a mark. There's a Meltzer AEW type mark right there who likes work rate. Like, let's do moves, flip floppity floopy. Yeah, come on. Like
he watched Collision instead of Elimination.
Talk about being in the minority when you say Roman Reigns is bland. Like, if this was 2015, 16, 17, it's harder to argue with you on that, even though I was a believer back then. But now, seriously.
I think Roman's great. I don't know why he's calling him bland. I mean, I see Mo Camera and some of those guys just hate on everybody, but Roman Reigns has been one of the greatest performers of this
and I'm not a Cody fan.
Period.
but I'm not gonna like say he's bad at being a babyface or anything like that. You know,
But Cody is bland, though.
If anything, I just think it sucks that Roman's not around that much. Like, I'd like to see him around.
TJS, he's got a tattoo on his neck. It's not bland.
Oh, yeah. Generic CAW.
All right, Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Building Nexus. I appreciate it. Says, how about Liv Morgan breaks Dominic's heart at WrestleMania? I like it. Turn Dominic at WrestleMania. Liv.
Who's she gonna hook up with? Carlito?
Finn Balor.
I have an
Oh,
idea.
okay.
If it was
I have an
Finn, yeah,
idea.
that'd be.
TJ.
Here's my idea. You have Dominic basically have him cheat on Liv with Raquel, so that way Raquel and Dominic get together, and then you can have Liv and Rhea get together since they were both heartbroken by Dom.
No.
Wow, there you go, TJS.
That's not how relationships work in the real world. I don't
Anything's
think
possible.
It would make very good TV.
All right,
No.
we got a super chat here from Walter, Mr. Reliable. He sent in $5. Thank you for that, Walter. Says, something different. What if Roman Reigns wins the Money in the Bank, and instead of cashing in on a champion, he cashes it in as a chance to fight The Rock? It's
There's
different.
not again as of right now. Rock has acknowledged Reigns on multiple occasions.
Right.
It would take The Rock would have even with what The Rock is doing with Cena. Roman was that guy with the bloodline, so it's gonna take Rock doing something drastic to Roman Reigns to create that.
And why would Roman Reigns have to win Money in the Bank to get a match with The Rock? I feel like he would not need to do that.
I mean, I
Like
get
this-
it, right? He's trying to find ways to get Rock and Roman, so I'll commend you there, Walter. But yeah, not that way.
Yeah, I don't think Roman Reigns is gonna be in a Money in the Bank match. Even if he's going for the world title, I don't think he's Roman Reigns. Why would he need to be in Money in the Bank? You know, it's kind of like he would do what Brock Lesnar did, walk out there when one of the guys is climbing up the ladder and they freeze in time when the guy comes out there. And Roman Reigns would do something like that. I don't think he would actually enter Money in the Bank. I mean, he's at another level now. Roman Reigns is in a league of his own. He doesn't need to be going for Money in the Bank at this stage of his career. So I don't think that's going to happen. And the Shanti sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you guys for the super chats. Says, Def Rebel has been making some bangers. Seth Rollins? Yeah, I mean, they have a couple good ones. I don't know about 40, but every now and then,
40.
Def Rebel have a couple good songs. Seth Rollins' song being one of them. And I don't think Roman Reigns' song is that bad. I think it's pretty solid. For a Def Rebel song, it's all right.
My issue with Def Rebel is that they always have to put like the vocals at the beginning, like say
Yeah.
the guy's name, and then it feels like it doesn't even sound like they're playing instruments. It just sounds like they're pressing a button on the computer to make the instrument sound. Don't like, and it's just a loop.
What the hell's going on in the background? Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Psycho. Says, will Rey Mysterio ever turn heel? Can it work? I wouldn't do it. Like, John Cena is like a big moment in wrestling. If Rey Mysterio turned, it'd be on the middle of the show, you know? I don't think it would really be like your main event level heel turn. So I don't think it's gonna happen. TJS, do you disagree?
No, just like someone was talking in the background. You said, "What the hell's going
Well, what am I supposed to say?
on?" What?
If Virtue starts going off the topic of wrestling, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, I'm the moderator. I'm allowed to talk about whatever I
Yes,
want, and
but
I
you're
know
also
where the
not
line. I
holding
know where
all
the
the
line
cards.
is, and I wasn't even anywhere cross a line,
hold the
and you
cards.
disrespected me. Like I know.
No.
And
I
Aaron,
have the
listen,
pocket
listen.
aces.
I know where that line is. I was not past that line. That's where I think you would. I would like you to do a little bit more homework on that kind of stuff. You should trust in me that I knew where the line was, and I wasn't going to go beyond that. I was almost getting ready to revert right back to wrestling, and then all that shit happened. But anyway, TJS, giggle. Aaron, back to the super chat.
All right,
We'll roll on. We
Shanti.
got a main event to get to.
Walter says my mic sounds weird.
It's all
Well,
right.
it
I can
does,
hear you.
but we're getting through it. The Shanti sent in $2 and says, "What's the next big heel and face turn to shake it up?"
Nothing.
Let's talk about Cena.
We just had a big turn.
Can't
Like,
even
let's
talk
let this
about-
happen.
Let it breathe, right?
Nobody
Let
wants to
it
talk about the Cena
marinate.
heel turn. We can't even get there because of these super chats.
All right. Building Nexus sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Building Nexus says, think Cody has to beat Cena at some point, even if John wins at WrestleMania. Well, I guess we can use this to transition now into the main event topic. I mean, at this point, I think John Cena could very well end up becoming the world champion, and then Cody can be on the chase for a little bit. Although some people are thinking, well, what if Steve Austin shows up at WrestleMania and helps Cody retain? Is John Cena's heel turn going to be 1 month only? Is it going to stretch to WrestleMania? That's interesting. There's a lot of possibilities with it. So Virtue, I guess now we can use that to transition into the main event topic.
Yeah, I mean, Cena won the men's Elimination Chamber match to get the shot at Cody. And afterwards, Rock came out and wanted Cody's answer. And he said, go F yourself. Cody did to Rock. Cena's sitting there playing cheerleader. And it was so, when he stayed in the ring and he was doing all that behind the scenes, I'm like, yep, it's coming. And of course, then the rest is history, the hug, the look on Cena's face, the thing by the Rock, the nut kick. And John Cena has officially turned heel. First time since he was the Doctor of Thugonomics heel. Right after that, he came in as Ruthless Aggression. So comes in as a heel pretty much, goes out as a heel. We'll have to see how this plays out. But him and Cody are the main event of WrestleMania. And this time John Cena is a bad guy. So that's what we're going to go around and talk. I mean, people are comparing this to like Hogan turning heel, and you have to. It doesn't mean it's better. It could be, but it doesn't mean it. But you definitely put it up there in that conversation. Roman's heel turn, a little bit different. It was kind of a casual thing during the pandemic with Heyman. So that's kind of like a different level. But I would definitely call this Cena heel turn up there with Hogan's number 1 and number 2, or 1A, 1B, however you want to look at it. But let's talk about this. JJ, I'll start with you.
All right. Well, the first thing I want to throw out there is a lot of people are concerned about Cena doing this and having a short heel run. And why would you do it if the run was going to be short? Something I want to remind people about is, and I'm going to compare it to The Rock. When The Rock turned heel at Survivor Series 98 and joined the corporation, he was only really heel until just after Backlash 99. Like, he had about a 5.5 month run as a heel, as the corporate champion. So Cena turned heel at the Chamber. So you got March, April, May, June, July, August, SummerSlam. Have him turn babyface again right after SummerSlam. Give him a good 5+ month run with the title. Defeats Cody at Mania, loses it back to Cody at SummerSlam, first ever 2-night SummerSlam. Have to have a huge marquee match for that to draw interest and everything. And then he goes back babyface shortly after. Maybe he gets screwed over by The Rock for whoever is going to be his long-term heel corporate champion going forward. But I'm here for this Cena heel turn. I've been wanting Cena to be heel for 15+ years. I have been itching for this, going back to, the first run with Punk back in 2011 when the freaking NoDQ servers crashed after the pipe bomb. I have been itching for this. And I feel like this heel turn is for all of us long-term fans. It's for those of us that kind of grew up hating Cena, wanting him to turn, and he wouldn't because he was Mr. Goody-Goody. It's like, here you go. You now have me as a heel. You wanted to boo me. You wanted to say I sucked for so long. Say it. Give it to me. And I would almost write Cena's first promo to be very much along the lines of The Rock's promo when he turned heel and joined the Nation of Domination. Going again, back to the parallels with The Rock. There's so much here, and I'm looking forward to every step that they're going to give us here on this heel turn. And it's going to be money. I'm buckled in.
All right. Thanks, JJ. Now, Gino, I'm going to come over to you and I'm going to ask this question. Will Cena address in any of these promos coming up? And I know it was a year ago, so, right, you forget about it. But is he going to address why he tried to help Cody, or why he tried? Like, he was one of the guys that came out to help Cody win last year. Now he's against him. Like, I think he has to answer to that a little bit. Even if it's just quick, just something. He's smart enough to where you think he's going to put that in something, right? Like, I'm looking back and blah, 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 blah. What do you think?
Yeah. So I was coming at this topic from two different points of view, right? The antecedent, what led up to the heel turn, and then where do we go from here? And like you said, one of those things that absolutely needs to be addressed and explained is he was against The Rock with Cody last year's WrestleMania. All right. So that, and I also think that, like you said about the Nation of Domination and The Rock, he's going to address all the signs we've been seeing just show up, and bald Cena, and all the signs we see across the arenas and the stadiums, like that are like, we want to see you, but we're mad you're not here, Cena type of things. I think that he's going to address all of that, and he kind of has to. It's like almost like easy to write that, like you were saying. So the part then about seeing it coming, I've been thinking a long time. I'm thinking back, the last time we saw The Rock, he was 20 steps ahead. And I was like, he's 27 days out, whatever. We were all thinking that type of thing. And then I remembered John Cena won his first WWE championship in 2005 at WrestleMania. 20 steps from that, or 20 years from that, this coming WrestleMania to then break the record. I think that might be kind of what The Rock was alluding to when he was saying 20 steps ahead. Cena has a way of getting down on himself when he doesn't do what he's expecting of himself. I'll take you back to one of the worst days of my life, WrestleMania 28. Drove all the way to Miami from Tampa. Big John Cena guy, obviously. I'm going to be a John Cena lifer. He was my camp counselor when I was growing up in West Newbury, Massachusetts. The Rock was a semi-part-timer. I couldn't even call him a part-timer. And I thought, there's no way that the WWE is going to have Rock go over Cena here. And he did. And I was the only person in the arena that didn't enjoy that. Because I was like, it feels like the WWE doesn't care about your fans, because you let this part-timer, Hogan did the job to Rock, but Rock won't do the job to Cena, which is why they had to do twice in a lifetime. Whole big thing. Cena got down on himself. It was the worst day of his life. He then got divorced. He was all in a depression. People thought we might even get a Cena heel turn then. So when he didn't win the Royal Rumble, and all he did was come out and he didn't take any questions, like he usually goes overtime taking questions, and he just straight up said, I'm inserting myself into this match. This is what's best for business. You guys can talk crap about me for the next month or whatever until the pay-per-view, and we'll see what you got. The writing was on the walls. We all were thinking it was Punk, but like, the writing has even been more on the wall for why Punk would never do that, which is, I think, kind of why we thought it was going to be Punk. Now, with this, Cena, it's got to make sense, right? Cena has money. He's got cars. He's got TV shows. He's got movies. He's one of the top 20 earners in Hollywood right now. So does The Rock's offer to Cody was, you can have it all. You'll get doors open for you that you've never had open, all these things. Like, I don't feel like Cena has that problem. So if you need to explain it, you need to explain it as Cena is literally going all out, will embrace the hate. Like you mentioned that Bray Wyatt promo that they had with each other about letting the Fiend in. And I think that he's going to feel like he needs to do this to win 17. It's been just outside of his grasp this whole time, to last year, and he'll do whatever it takes to do what's best for business and to, obviously be what's best for him. And then that mic drop after the pay-per-view, he just took the mic out of the thing and then dropped it and walked off. I mean, Cena knows what he's doing. I think we're going to get what we want.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's fine. Like, I'd rather have, I'm glad this happened, if we were going to get Cena and Cody, than if it was just going to be goody-goody John Cena going for number 17 versus goody-goody babyface Cody. That would have been boring to me. So I'm
Absolutely.
glad that this happened, even though I now have to suffer with a triple threat Roman Reigns match with Seth Rollins in the mix. Like Punk would have been fine one-on-one with Reigns to me, but whatever. I'll get through this time. Cena's last year. When Cena goes away, it's all the Roman Reigns show again until he's done. So thank you, Gino. All right, now I'm going over to Big G.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I was muted. So
By the way, we have a nice viewer count tonight. So the Cena heel turn, I'm sure Aaron had good numbers for Elimination Chamber right afterwards. And see what happens when good little things happen in wrestling. People tune in and want to hear.
I'm surprised we still have some good viewers right now.
Well, let's be honest. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to say
Yeah.
that. The reason why we might have had a spike is because the algorithm probably picked up some names that I dropped. And that's best for business, Aaron. But anyway, we're talking wrestling. And it's Big G's turn. And I know he gets flustered when people cut him off. So go.
all right, so Cena turning heel. My God, never in a million freaking years would I thought that would have happened. Even my wife, who doesn't watch wrestling that much, she'll watch the pay-per-views with me occasionally, and she was even like, "What the heck just happened?" And I'm sitting here at the edge of my couch, just like, I don't know what to tell you. Kind of reminded me when Lesnar beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. I was just sitting there, just like baffled. I'm like, what the heck? There goes my teenage years, But Cena turning heel, I thought was one of the greatest things WWE has done in a long time. It needed to be done. We've had hustle, loyalty, and respect John Cena for over 20 plus years. Like Virtue said, the last time he was heel was like early 2002, 2003 when he was, or even 2004 when he was Dr. Thugonomics. And I feel like we're not going to get that kind of version of John Cena. I mean, I'm sure we'll get some freestyles thrown in there with Cody during this road to WrestleMania. And like JJ said, I feel like this heel run will probably last like 5 to 6 months tops. And then, once his couple months are winding down, he'll turn back into a baby face. Like JJ said, he'll probably get screwed by somebody that The Rock wants to replace him with or whatever. Or Cena stays heel all the way until, the very last day of his run in WWE. Who knows? But I believe John Cena's next appearance is supposed to be in Italy on Raw, like in a couple weeks. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be in Europe, like I said, Italy. We'll see. And usually the European crowds go crazy. So we'll see how they react to John Cena coming out. And we'll see if John Cena comes. I mean, obviously he's going to come out to a new theme. Can't come out to that theme that he's been using. So I'm sure, like we discussed, he'll do something with Travis Scott probably. Or he could even, I think, JJ, you mentioned this on Saturday too. He could use one of his theme songs, or not his theme songs, but one of his songs that he did from his album back in 2005. I still have that album from 2005. And I was going through, and I was like, there's a couple songs in there that he could potentially use. So, but yeah, never in a million freaking years. Like, my wife yesterday came home, and even some of her coworkers, like I think one guy watches wrestling, but another guy who doesn't watch wrestling, I guess since, it was all over CNN and Fox News and whatnot and ESPN, he goes to my wife, he's like, John Cena turned heel? So people who don't even watch wrestling know who John Cena is, and they're making this mainstream because John Cena was the guy for 20 plus years. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Cena did an interview. Supposedly he was supposed to go heel like in 2011, 2012 with like a new theme song and stuff like that. So, but
since you brought that up, Cena
and Vince never wanted. Right, go ahead.
Since you brought that up, Cena never turned heel all these years while Vince McMahon was in charge, because maybe he kept saying, no, we can't do it, John. We can't do it.
Yeah.
And it happens now. So that's,
what if this was one of his...
No Vince there to put the kibosh on. And I know Vince allowed Roman to turn heel too. So, it doesn't mean Vince wouldn't have done it, but it never happened.
No.
So it was gone.
what if this was one of John Cena's like things in his like last run? Like, all right, this is my last run. Vince isn't here. We have to do a heel turn. We have this is one of the things I wanted to do on my last run was to be a heel. So, I mean, he's he's been in when he did that face, that's acting 101. Like he's been in so many freaking movies. It didn't look like John Cena, but crazy times we're living in, man. John Cena's a heel.
Yeah.
Never in a million years what I thought.
Well, now, so the one thing that needs to happen that you've said never in a million years is Rock and Roman. Remember how you gave up on that, and then Rock did his little thing. Now we gotta wait on that. That's another thing. TGS, I'm coming to you next. That's why I'm not salty about Reigns' role. I mean, if he gives Punk a main event night one, even though Rollins has to be in the match, if that's what happens, good for all of that. But Reigns, didn't he kind of make it a point that he wants his title back from Cody? And that him kind of doing whatever he needed to do to keep the title when he was in the bloodline, the leader of the bloodline and everything. Just all of a sudden he's taking a back seat to all of this because he got thrown out of the Royal Rumble and that Seth Rollins curb stomped him. That I just don't like the way they kind of pushed Reigns to the subject and him saying, "Hey, I'm going to get that rematch with you, Cody." That to me is a little bizarre. They could have done a better job to place Reigns out of the main event temporarily. That's right. And let's see what happens when he comes back. But right now, he's going to be mad. He's mad at Punk because he eliminated him from the Rumble. And he's mad at Rollins for giving him a curb stomp. All the crap that he took as the head of the table, tribal chief, kicks from Jay and this and that. He's mad at those things, and he's going to stay away from the main event scene. They could have done a better job. And that's where I'm a little bit just but go ahead. John Cena's heel, so it's hard to argue anything because everybody's been waiting for this for decades, it seems like. Go ahead. TGS, be careful what you say.
Yeah. Is this mic
please
better?
Don't flash anything on the camera, please.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Is this better? I switched the little bit of settings on the mic. Or is it still
Not
fine?
really.
It sounds okay.
All right.
Honestly, not really. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so Big G, I like what you mentioned about how this was similar to when the streak ended at WrestleMania 30. I just looked up and saw that because it's one of those things where it's wow, I cannot believe this is happening right now. Because I was reading that people were like, "Oh, Cena's staying in the ring, so of course they're gonna turn him." But even I saw him staying in the ring, and I still was thinking there's no way they're gonna have Cena become a heel. And it happened, and when it did happen, I was like, "Wow!" I cannot believe they're doing this. And I like how they pulled this off. Just it was very behind Cody's back. Rock just did the throat slit, and then that it's it activated Cena. You guys remember Festus? That's exactly how the bell rang, and then Festus went crazy. It's kind of like that with John Cena this time. So, man, I am concerned that they might do this thing where, "Oh, John Cena, I don't owe you people an explanation." They better not do that. I'm hoping that there's a good reason. And like you guys said, hopefully it's to win the 17th world title, and Cena can basically say, Steve, I think the answer is Santino Marella to your question, but I think he can basically say, I'm getting older. I'm not who I was. I've been losing a lot of matches. It's time to embrace the dark side, or something like that. He needs to do something like that, and I really do want Cena to win. And yeah, that's a good. Walter's talking about Peacemaker. If you watch Peacemaker, that's kind of how Cena was kind of like a evil in that. But and also whenever Punk got stomped out by Rollins in the Elimination Chamber match, and Cena took the shortcut, how he immediately put him in the STF. I thought that was interesting, and I was texting with my friend about it, and he was saying "Oh, before this heel turn happened, he was like, "Oh, Cena took a shortcut. Like this is, not good." And it turns out it was all part of the plan. So
TGS, it's not a foregone conclusion Cena's going to get 17 because
Right.
Stone Cold, I think if Cena does, they're going to have someone else join their force because, I just can't, I don't think Cena's going to beat Cody clean in this instance. I almost feel like Cena's not going to do it. And then Rock, this is where I'm getting my hopes up. Rock's going to I got to do it myself. Maybe we get Rock and Cody night 2 at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
See where I'm going? Rock can win it there, defend it against Roman next year at WrestleMania. Again, that's a pipe dream, but it's just not what I'm saying is it's not a foregone conclusion that Cena's going to get 17. And I like that because now fans are thinking Las Vegas, Steve Austin.
Right.
Steve Austin's already hinted at some man. And if Austin shows up, how is Cena going to win? Well, maybe they'll have another pawn ready to come out. And it's going to be a crazy finish like last year's WrestleMania. So it's definitely not a foregone conclusion.
yeah, but I mean, I know he's a heel and we shouldn't cheer for him, but I want him to do it, because I'm so tired of Cody at this point.
I don't, because then I want Rock to have to do it himself at some point. That's what I want. I'm going to hold on to that until it's completely gone.
Yeah,
There's 1% chance I'm going to hold on to that.
Yeah, well, I'm just tired of The Rock getting on these press conferences after the show and being like, "What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne. I'm the final boss." Like,
That's his character.
don't talk about the character. Just be the character.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's one thing we can agree on. I mean,
Yeah,
Dude, if
because
there
Cena came there, he had the same expression on his face, went in there, threw the mic down, and left. Like,
yeah.
All right, you good, TJS?
Yep.
Chime in. All right, Colin's like, I wish Mr. Tito was here tonight in the chat. If there was one night he should have been here,
Yeah,
it would
for
have been
sure.
earlier.
This
He would
would've
have been antagonizing us, trying to keep me going, and Aaron would have got frustrated. All right, Aaron.
Yeah, then it would have really
Aaron.
gone off the rails.
Aaron's
Go
got like
ahead.
All right, well,
10
maybe he'll
super
show up.
chats.
Somebody go message him. Yeah, we do have some super chats, but first, let me just say this about the John Cena storyline. As far as who's going to win at WrestleMania, I think it's too early to say. I want to see what happens with John Cena's character next. I want to see what he does as far as his entrance goes, his new music, what he's going to say, what his explanation is going to be as to why he did it. Is it because he got frustrated with the fans? Is it because he was losing a lot? He lost at the Royal Rumble and he feels like he needed to change things up. He can come out there and say the chains are off now. No more nostalgia act. It's time to shake things up. He could come out there and cut a promo and really sell people on this new character. And maybe WWE would decide, okay, we got to go with John Cena as the champion. Or maybe they'll say, you know what, we got to wait a little bit longer on it. So I think a lot of things can happen between now and WrestleMania. And before I can really predict, should John Cena win the title, I got to see what happens over the next 5 or 6 weeks. Now, having said that, let's get to the super chats. Psycho Jet Black sent in $2. Thank you, Psycho Jet Black. Says, do you know who crossed the line? TNA. They did cross the line in more ways than one. They crossed the line with their television, their X division. They also crossed the line with some angles that maybe had no business being on TV, putting people like Val Venus on their show and guys like that. They definitely crossed the line in some ways. TJS probably wants Val Venus back. I'm just saying. He flashed the hat.
I don't.
I
just remember the choppy pee.
That was
I
his
just
one
don't-
claim to fame.
Yeah, I don't know. Not everybody who believes in something, Aaron, is like a racist or a bigot or anything like that.
I never
just
said
hope
that.
I just hope you know that. Okay.
I never said
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. I know TJS likes Val Venus quite a bit.
I
I mean, some people are right the worst of the worst type of people. Like they're out there, definitely.
So, I want to mention we're talking about like someone that this is before you get to the super chats. They're talking about will Cena do the 17? Ric Flair posted a message. Did you guys see that? Where he was saying like, "You're not breaking my record or whatever. I'll take the day off blood thinners or something."
Oh.
I would love to see Cena beat up Flair. That would get some heat.
I don't think Ric Flair
Flair's
should
gonna
be
die in the
anywhere near-
ring.
He should be okay. Ric Flair should be nowhere near a WWE ring, but there's an idea that I threw this out there. What if John Cena beats up R-Truth like Steve Austin beat up Jim Ross when Austin went heel in 2001? Psycho Jet Black said John Cena could destroy R-Truth and Joe Hendry. Definitely R-Truth. We got to have R-Truth come out there and ask Cena why he did it, and then Cena just beats the crap out of R-Truth. That will get him heel heat. People were talking about in the chat, like, is John Cena going to get cheered against Cody Rhodes? So if he beats up R-Truth, that will get Cena some heat and get people booing him. And Joe Hendry, I like that too. Everyone loves Joe Hendry. What if John Cena just showed up to Impact and beat the crap out of Joe Hendry? I'd love that.
It would get views on Impact.
You know what Rock? You know what Rock should do though? If he's able to pull this off, Cena wins 17. He needs to reunite the class of 2002: Orton, Batista, and Brock, all as a heel corporation. That would be nice.
Hey, you never know.
If Cena's next appearance is on Raw in Italy, does that mean it's going to be on tape delay?
No, because it's on Netflix.
On Netflix, it's going to air live, which means it will be on early in the day instead of at night. Which I'm looking forward to. That's gonna be fun for me. I mean, for
it'll be
that
like
have normal jobs. It's going to be tough.
It'll be about like 1 p.m. Eastern, because like if it's Italy, it's like a 6-hour, 7-hour time difference. So like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, well, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I will be watching it and doing
same
a live
here.
stream live. So for anybody that can take off work or they can watch it, you know, I'll be live streaming like whenever Raw's ending.
Work remotely
on that day. There you go. So you'll be able to watch. All right. Walter sent in a $5 super chat. Shout out to Walter. And I did want to throw up his little graphic here that he made for the YouTube channel. But Walter says the biggest turn in history would be if people turn the channel from WWE to AEW. No one will ever beat that. Well, in order for that to happen, I mean, they lost 2 of the guys that could have made it happen potentially, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
Aaron, let's dissect that. Cody is now on this huge angle with the heel John Cena for the WWE Championship on the biggest stage of them all. And Roman Reigns might be giving CM Punk his first WrestleMania main event. I mean, night 1, if this all happens this way. Just think about that. And where were those guys? Where were both of those guys?
Yeah, somebody mentioned how like Cody Rhodes leaving AEW was maybe the best decision that somebody ever made in their wrestling career, which you could argue that considering where Cody is at now, biggest babyface in wrestling, to the point where 2 of the top baby faces, The Rock and John Cena, go heel against Cody Rhodes. How crazy is that? I mentioned this, I think, on my recap. You asked me at the beginning of 2022, or you tell me that in 3 years, Cody Rhodes would not only be the WWE champion, but would be a babyface going up against John Cena and The Rock as heels. I wouldn't have believed you.
And he ended the reign of Roman Reigns, which wasn't that still going on in 2022?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't yeah. Gino.
Yeah, just to add on to Virtue's rubbing salt in the AEW bad booking wounds. Like you said, Aaron, on your review, CM Punk countered the buckshot lariat from Logan Paul to eliminate him. So that's like another like kind of level that you could could add in there.
And they're even getting some use out of Jade Cargill, like and Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, like the dude.
And Sean Spears has been crushing it with his character too.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoy his character personally.
There were Tony fumbled chants whenever Ricky was in his debut. I think
after the match. Yeah.
I got a feeling Sean Spears is going to win the North American title tonight, but that's a whole other story.
All right, well, let's not get people tuned away from this. We still got some more super chats here. Psycho
it's okay,
Jet
that's
Black
the main event of that show, so they got time.
Oh, okay. Well, at this point, we may end up going to that time with the super chats. Psycho Jet Black sent in $2 and says, I thought JJ was referencing August 1st warning. Ugh. If anybody remembers that, I'm sorry that you don't know what that is.
Tito
I don't
Ortiz?
even know what that is.
What?
Tito Ortiz?
In TNA.
August 1st
Oh.
warning. How do you not remember that?
It may have been during my hiatus.
You took a hiatus from TNA?
I stopped watching wrestling
What
for
kind of
like
wrestling fan
almost
are
8
ya?
years.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Shortly after WrestleMania 30, I stopped watching again until like late 2021.
So you didn't see Aces and Eights. Well, I guess that's a good thing then. Oh,
I caught part of Aces and Eights.
well, I'm sorry.
I actually
Alright.
enjoyed it for what it was, but that's another
Okay.
time.
Another time. Let's
Yeah,
not
let's
get
keep
into
on
that.
rolling.
All right. Building Nexus sent in $5. Thank you, Building Nexus. Says, what if Jacob Fatu and God help John Cena at WrestleMania and form a stable? God.
Oh.
Gorillas of
Gorillas
Destiny.
Destiny.
I was thinking
Tamatonga
Shawn
Tongaloa.
Michaels' tag team
Yeah.
partner from Backlash.
Well, I
2006.
feel if Cena becomes 17-time champ, there's going to be like another player that comes down that joins that force. Maybe
There
it's-
has to be.
maybe Rock's going to form his new bloodline. I know Cena doesn't make sense in that, but like it could just be a start of that. So who knows with somebody like Jacob Fatu or who knows?
The corporation needs someone that's going to be there on a regular basis because with Cena filming right now and Rock doing Rock things, someone's got to be there to represent for them.
Yeah.
Sin Cara? That's what I heard.
That's a good idea.
Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. All right, here we go with the Psycho Jet Black ones now. Will The Rock bring in the bloodline to join John Cena? See, I don't think Cena needs any association with the bloodline. I really think
No.
Cena should be doing his own thing. Maybe he has Travis Scott with him as his punching bag. I wonder if Cody's going to get his receipt if it was in fact legitimate and not
If it was,
something
I'm sure
they
he
planned
will.
out. Yeah, but beyond that, I don't think Cena should be like out there with. I think Tamatonga and Jacob Fatu and Solo got their own storyline now. I don't see them getting involved with the John Cena Cody storyline
No.
at this point. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says Tonga Loa and John Cena new 2-man power trip. Is that a serious question?
It's a serious $2.
Thanks for the $2.
$2 spends.
Tonga Loa will probably be in the corner.
He'll probably go back as Camacho.
Oh,
Wait.
I forgot about that.
He's injured. Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
out right now. He'll be lucky if he even gets back on TV at this point. Let's be real here.
Damn.
He had his moment with the bloodline, but I don't know if he's going to be in any kind of a prominent role. And then Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says, will John Cena attack the kids in promo for the Heat? Have you guys ever
No.
seen that Sting Sprite commercial? You guys know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
They could do that where John Cena takes a kid and throws him around the backstage area and puts him through a table or something. Yeah, why not? There you go, Psycho Jet
I'll have
Black.
to look this up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
You-
on the boundaries that Cena pushes with this character. But with kid with
He should have
kids
the
and stuff.
F them kids t-shirt. That could be his new merch.
I
And
could
the
see
F
him
them
not
kids
pointing
hat.
out to. I could see him like not pointing out to any kids directly, but just kind of like maybe in promos saying, "Hey, everybody's got to grow up, and now's the time. It's time. A lot of you guys have to grow up," and refer to kids or maybe wrestling fans. That'd be kind of a funny thing.
TJS, you've never seen the Sprite commercial with Sting.
No, I've not. What
Can you
year
watch
did this
it?
come?
Could you watch it while we're on right now?
Yeah, I
without
what-
it being
yeah.
on the screen or
Just type in Sting
Donnie?
Sprite commercial.
yeah, on YouTube. And
Okay.
you could play it without the audio interfering with us. Okay, well, go ahead and watch that. I need your analysis on that.
I was gonna say, as a Star Wars fan, I got serious Anakin and Emperor Palpatine vibes from this the other night.
Okay.
All right, so TJS is going to watch that Sting and Sprite commercial. Maybe he'll
Cody's
be watching
supposed
it.
to be Luke Skywalker.
Yep. Hey, the baby face.
All right. Is he watching it?
I guess so. He's laughing.
Live reaction. TJS for the first time watching the Sting Sprite commercial.
Giggles.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
Giggle.
Dad, it's really him. And then he's like,
Giggle,
"Oh."
giggle.
He says, okay, now I'm ready. That was great.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
John Cena could do that to,
Yes,
to a
do
kid
that.
on WWE TV.
Do it.
All right, Shanti sent it a $2 super chat. Thank you, Shanti. Says, how can Logan Paul get a face turn? Is it even possible?
He's
No.
already
Probably
a
not.
face. He came out the American flag in Canada. That's a baby face. To me. They booed the national anthem.
You mad
He's a
about
baby
that,
face.
bro?
Well,
Well,
Virtue
They
Canadian.
do
and
it during the
TJS would be
hockey
mad
game
about
too,
it.
so it's
That's
tradition,
well.
I guess.
That's Canadian, right? Whatever. That's fine. Just imagine the Americans booing the national anthem, and it's happened. That's
Oh.
sad.
yeah. Well,
Canadians, whatever.
All right, keep on going, Aaron.
All right. It's already out. Virtue and TJS voted for Trump, so we move on now.
Like, yeah, I don't understand why that's an issue, and anybody should be insulted. I'm not attacking anybody. I don't go door to door with a book or anything like that. Like, seriously, I don't
There you go.
understand the deal. Like,
Virtue and I are going to start our own channel and just talk about that.
Oh my
The-
God.
Start your own wrestling promotion, the Make America Great Wrestling Federation.
All right, keep on going, Aaron.
All right. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, do you pet your cats like a James Bond villain?
I do sometimes, yes.
Joker and Harley, both of them?
Mainly Harley, because Joker doesn't like getting picked up.
I understand that. Yeah, you got to be careful with some of them. Warhawk Rambo sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, should Cody Rhodes versus The Rock be a Yappa Pie Indian strap match, Jack? TJS, have you ever seen that Hogan promo with the Yappa Pie Indian strap match?
No.
What? How?
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
are we
Go
I
going to
haven't
get
look it
seen
up.
it
TJ
either.
ask his reactions on other videos
Yes,
Yeah.
this is going to be a new feature on the NoDQ channel. TJS
when he's
reacts,
on? When he's on.
Yeah,
which is like once every 6 months.
Yeah.
EJS Googles and giggles.
Genius.
All right, so yeah, look up Hogan strap match promo. You should be able to find it from WCW.
I typed in Hulk Hogan strap. Oh. Whoa.
Well, wait a minute.
Maybe
What
don't.
kind of video are
Maybe
we
be
watching?
careful what you type.
We're
I
not trying to get
All right, let's
canceled,
get to the rest
TJS.
of the super chat.
That's the wall, brother.
Are you
I
on
found-
YouTube or Pornhub?
I'm on YouTube now. Oh,
Okay.
it's 4 minutes long.
Okay, watch it
Well, then you
after.
might
Keep
expect
rolling.
Yeah.
Hogan.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
almost
keep on
done.
going.
All right, let's go here. The Shanti says, stick to no DQ, sent in a $2 super chat. So there was news about Natalia doing an NWA show, and he wants to know our thoughts on WWE working with NWA. I mean, good for NWA, gets them a little bit of exposure.
They're going to work with everybody but AEW.
Hey,
mean,
might as well.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I'm just curious how long this partnership is going to go. If it's a one-shot deal or if it's going to be something kind of like the NXT&A thing, because there's a lot of great women right now in the NWA. I don't know, maybe Natalia's going to kind of scout, see who they can bring to the WWE system. If this is going to be long-term, maybe we can get Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins doing music instead of Def Rebel.
Right.
You know, there's always that as a possibility. But I'm curious to see what's going on here because Natalia Markova, Tiffany Nieves, Kinsey Page, Hollywood Haley J, all women I'd like to see Natalia work with while she's over there.
Hey, maybe there'll be a crossover. Maybe Tyrus will end up back in WWE as Brodus Clay, and he can give us some of his
EC3?
hot takes.
Financial advisor. Doesn't he do financial
EC3 is
advising?
still there.
Oh, yeah, there you
Paul
go. Bring back
Burchill is there.
EC3 too. Hey,
Paul Burchill is there. Knox and Murdoch are there. Rodney Mack is there. So there's a lot of WWE connections over there. And then Ricky Starks has history. LA Knight has history with NWA. So there's a lot of stars already in WWE that came through there as well.
yeah, could be another crossover. We could see some NWA guys on WWE TV, probably NXT.
Hey, Tony Khan, this is how you properly do collaborations.
Collaborations.
Door?
Yes.
Forbidden
Yeah.
Doors.
Yeah, the Forbidden Door.
Shanti says, would y'all ever do a no DQ live while NXT is happening at the same time? Isn't that kind of what this is right now? We're doing a live stream when NXT is on. And anybody watching?
Literally.
Any of you guys on the panel watching NXT right now doing this?
Not right now. No, I'll probably watch it
Okay.
I have
later.
to wait
Wow.
until 8
Dedication to the
o'clock on the
panel.
West Coast.
I have
Okay.
every device in my house turned to the
Yeah.
review.
So
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately-
That's why we have so many numbers.
Yeah.
Yep. TJS is stuffing the ballots here.
He's
There
got
you
his
go.
burner account.
stop the count.
All right, keep on going.
Of course, this year it was all legitimate. There you go.
I got Big G's trained to say keep on going now because he wants to get out of here or avoid political controversy. I love
We're going 90 minutes tonight, baby.
Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says, "Who's the Jar Jar Binks of WWE?" I don't even know who that is. Is that a Star Wars guy?
Is that the fat
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not the
Jar
bad guy.
Jar is the Gungan that Misa Jar Jar Binks. Misa forever in your debt.
He's basically the
Jabba
poster
the
child
Hutt's the
for
big one.
everything wrong with the prequels.
No,
Yeah.
no. You know what? I don't want to get on a whole thing, but I still say to this day, without Jar Jar Binks, we don't get Yoda and that lightsaber duel in episode 3.
I agree. I
So
absolutely
Jar Jar is crucial.
agree. Aaron's like,
Aaron's like,
I've
let's
never-
talk
I'd
politics.
say our truth.
yeah.
Can we go back to the politics? I'd rather have the
All right,
politics.
back
I'd
to the
say
story.
our
He knows
truth.
that. All right,
Our
let's get it
truth,
going.
yeah.
Our
Right.
truth or Tozawa, someone that's good at comedy, but not really integral to the storyline.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, JJ. The
Glad to help,
learnings-
Aaron.
Thank you. The learning sicko Dr. Broprio sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, apparently that Travis slap was legit and Cody has a busted eardrum. Now a nasty receipt is coming to him. Well,
Unless the dirt sheets were worked and Cody said, hit the shit out of the side of my head and we're going to
Yeah.
sell this thing. Wrestlers do
Yeah.
that.
Is
It
it-
doesn't mean that's what it was. It probably was a potato, but you never
Well,
know.
yeah, that's just like Drew McIntyre is definitely winning the Elimination Chamber, right? That was leaked.
right. I mean, take it with a grain of salt.
I love when they feed them bad info like that, actually.
I mean, it's good because, makes things a little bit more unpredictable. So, that is that's good when they can get one over on the internet and throw people off. I'm definitely a fan. Although, to be fair, I really wasn't buying that Drew McIntyre story just because I didn't think it really made sense for him to win. And
Well, he was the
Yeah.
first one out. I was kind of hoping he would be in the last two because then people would, be
yeah.
suspend their disbelief.
All right, we got one here from Building Nexus. Thank you for that. Sent in $2. Says, what could The Rock do to piss off Roman Reigns?
Claim that he's the head of the table, tribal chief. That's what it's going to be.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Gino?
Well, I just off the top of my head, it's a little morbid, but Cena's got this Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff, and The Rock, we know Roman Reigns' history with leukemia. Maybe The Rock could make fun of having something like that and having a disease like that, and that could really bring some realism into the storyline too. It's like you really don't, you can't say that, brah. I'm gonna spear you into next week.
All right, we got one more here from Psycho Jet Black. Says, better movie. I don't even know these movies.
I don't
Attack-
either.
They're both
Attack-
Star Wars movies, and it's solo, and it's not even close. Let's just move on.
What the
Yeah,
hell
let's
is
just move
Attack
on.
of the Clones?
It's the second Star Wars prequel. Sorry, I hate that I know that.
Yeah.
I love it.
They
And
took
Solo
me.
is-
They took me to Disneyland and put me through the Star Wars land, and I was not too amused with that.
Hey, were those tickets? Did you get some comp tickets for Disneyland?
Jeff hooked us up.
All
That's all I'm
right.
gonna say. Jeff Meacham hooked us up. So thank you, Jeff, for that. Much
He
love.
knows the mouse.
He knows the mouse very well. So thank you.
He's
Jeff.
employed by the mouse.
Yes. He bows down to the mouse.
Oh shit.
The true king of kings.
Exactly. Psycho Jet Black sent it a $2 super chat. Says more annoying wrestling fans or Star Wars fans. I think wrestling fans.
Wrestling
it's wrestling
fans.
fans.
It's
Yeah, I
definitely
don't
Star
know.
Wars
To all of
fans,
us.
though.
Wrestling
really
fans,
is.
some video game fans can get borderline like wrestling fan territory, but those are the top two for me.
Yeah, I mean, I love the people that watch the NoDQ videos and follow NoDQ, but some wrestling fans out there, yeah, they're
Oh yeah, it's not all of
exactly-
them, Aaron. It's not all of them, but it's a percentage of them.
A vocal minority.
Yeah, I mean, some of them just complain about everything and can never find any positivity in anything in wrestling. And you know, I do this for a living, talking about wrestling, but like everybody talking about the ratings all the time. And yeah, I mean, if you don't like a show, don't watch it. I mean, I tell that to people, but you know, there's people that just specifically hate watch wrestling for no good reason. You know, they're not doing it for a living. They just hate on it constantly. And if that's the thing and you hate wrestling that much, just stop watching it, you know?
You know, the funny thing is,
Yep.
though, wrestling fans were kind of the originators of being online and talking about or complaining about a product. And then social media and all that stuff came out. Now, sports, you see that, and movies and video games. But I think wrestling kind of started it all off in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like they
And
were
of
the
course-
first.
Yeah.
And of course you want it to get better, but there comes a time where people stop being constructive and they're just literally online all the time, just complaining nonstop. And sometimes you have to just accept that it's going to be a certain way and it's not going to change. And then they got to move on from it. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely a toxic wrestling community out there. But I mean, you could say
Like-
that
like-
about any form of entertainment, really.
It's like those X accounts that are called like AEW botches or WWE botches. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's just weird.
No, I agree with you. I'm with you on that one. Gino?
I'm just going to say, if you call yourself a fan of something and you want it to fail, you're not a fan. You can be
Yeah.
critical, but wanting something to fail that you say you enjoy or that you say you're a fan of is just the epitome of toxicity.
What are you pointing at me, JJ?
Because my camera is flipped on the phone.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
used to things. I'm trying to wait.
Okay.
Which way I got a point?
I'm like,
To Gino's
What
point,
did
we
he
say
do?
it
The 50 Cent meme.
to Gino's point, we say it all the time on our live streams, and especially when we get to like WrestleMania season where there's so much to consume. It's like if you call yourself a fan and you cannot find something to enjoy, just get the F out the fandom. There is literally way too many courses at the buffet right now, the wrestling buffet, for you to not like something. You know, you've got WWE, then you can break that down. You've got Raw, you got SmackDown, you got NXT, you got Evolve premiering tomorrow. You've got TNA, you've got AEW, you've got NWA, you've got the smaller promotions, MLW, Defy, Prestige. You've got New Japan, All Japan, Noah, you've got CMLL, AAA. There has got to be something there that you can get into and like. And if you can't find anything, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Get out of the fandom. Save it for us that actually enjoy the stuff.
And, you know, there's good things about AEW. Warhawk
Mhm.
Rambo sent in $2, says AEW is awesome. I'm an AEW fanboy. I mean, there's good things about AEW. I mean, we've talked about what we like, what we don't like. And Big G was a huge AEW fan. He went to like half a dozen shows and then he stopped.
He got to see the debut of Jeff Jarrett.
oh my god, I have not watched. This is a true fact. I have not watched AEW in 2 months.
That's crazy. The guy that went
Jeff
to
Jarrett
like
hasn't
6
been
or
on?
7 shows.
Nope. There's nothing interesting for me to watch over there anymore.
I mean, he was
I
the
thought that
biggest
I would-
Britt Baker fan.
Yeah, I thought that I would watch AEW more since they're on Max now, but I don't either. I mean, I still pay for their pay-per-views because they're always good. That's probably, you know, I like AEW's pay-per-views. They're just too long.
I mean,
gave up
I
on
think the
AEW.
pay-per-views are great. I think the pay-per-views are still great. Psycho Jet Black says hard mode. Say something nice about AEW. I think the
I
pay-per-views
can't.
are great.
I
Come on.
can't.
You have to. This
The
is
ticket
hard mode.
prices.
I
There's
haven't
gotta
watched
be
in 2
one
months.
One thing you think is good about AEW.
Nope.
Yeah,
They're not on TV tonight.
It's inexpensive to go to the shows live when they're in your area.
Okay, fair enough. Virtue.
Oh my
One
God,
good thing about
Psycho.
AEW. Come on.
Tony Khan is entertaining to me because he's so goofy.
I got one.
So I mean that's right. That counts. I mean I know he's not like
Yeah.
routinely on TV, but he's got himself always talking about the product on the internet.
All right, TJS. Name
They
one.
got some good looking ladies.
You would say that.
Oh, the puppet girl. Her.
Harley
Tony-
Oh,
Cameron.
Harley Cameron.
And
There
Tony
you go.
Storm. And Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. All right. That's a valid
Yeah.
valid answer. JJ.
I know.
And
I know. I
MJF.
made a sarcastic comment at the start of this, saying, "Well, they're not on TV tonight. That's a good thing." But in all seriousness, they have been on quite the run here lately. They've been putting out some pretty good television. Has everything been hitting? No, but they've captivated me a lot more than they have in the past year plus that I've been watching it here in the last month and a half.
It's
So-
reverse for me.
Big G doesn't seem too amused by this AEW talk, and this is coming from a guy who was going to all the shows.
I was AEW faithful. I've just lost interest in it.
Didn't you go to Punk's debut in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I went. I want to see Punk live so bad.
Well,
It's
buy a
awesome.
Ticket.
I saw him last year at
Stop it,
WrestleMania 40.
They don't
even
come
though
to
he didn't wrestle.
Arkansas.
Well, fly then. You
What's near you,
drop
Florida?
$50 on a Beatles hat. You can travel to like any city that's hosting AEW. that's
Where's
within a
Mania
couple
again?
hours.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ticket you're gonna buy.
I've been wanting to go to Vegas actually.
There you go. Make that your reason.
Yeah.
You've got all the WWE stuff. You've got the Hall of Fame will be there. You've got all the side stuff. You could go see Natalia at GCW Bloodsport.
Then you can go to the
You
strip
could see
clubs.
the Iconics at Prestige Wrestling that are going to be there. There's all kinds of great stuff, on the outskirts that are going to be there as part of that too. Make a freaking week out of it.
Just
And
stay
I
away
did.
from the gambling tables.
Oh, they got In-N-Out over there in Vegas.
Yes.
Is it as good as they say? That's what I need to know.
I don't know
No.
if it's as good as California in and outs, but
Uh,
give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll try.
Let's keep on going.
Oh, hey, put up before the next super chat, put up that Warhawk Rambo. There you go.
All right, there you go.
He agrees with my political, but my wrestling take is crap.
That's
Aaron's
funny.
probably like, what? Aaron's so confused.
Well, fair enough. I mean, he agrees with you. He agrees with you on one thing, so that's good. All right, Shanti sent it a $2 super chat. Says, can WWE's Evolve beat AEW in the ratings? No, Evolve's
It's
not even going to
taped.
come close.
It's
Then again,
taped.
NXT is consistently doing it now.
I mean, Collision, probably not. But if Collision's up against a pay-per-view like WrestleMania that week, maybe Evolve could come close. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, are we even going to get legitimate ratings from Tubi? Tubi's not something that I ever hear ratings get released for. Is this like a first for Tubi as far as a live streamed product?
I think so.
I don't think it'll beat AEW, but I would be interested to see if it knocks AEW down a few pegs. AEW's been consistently getting about 500,000 to 600,000 viewers for a Dynamite.
Dude,
If Evolve drops Dynamite down to like 400,000, I think that's going to be interesting
Punk
because
had
people
Punk,
would rather watch this freaking developmental thing as opposed to Dynamite.
But listen, JJ, they had Punk, they had Cody, they had Sting, and I know Sting's
Mhm.
retired. They were getting they were 900 to 1 million.
At
All
that
that
point,
went
they were.
away, and their ratings are basically half of that.
Exactly.
Stars,
And that's why I'm saying
Raw. Okay, next.
Mic
All right, let's
drop.
get to it.
All right. We got one here from Psycho Jet Black. Surprise, surprise. Psycho Jet Black super chat. It says, hard mode. Say something nice about the Wii U. Mario Maker. Mario Maker was a great game. Gino.
I thought that the handheld with the screen in front of my face was very comfortable. It's more comfortable than the Switch.
Yeah, their first
chucks
party
right now.
library. There's a lot of great games. Smash Brothers,
Mhm.
The Breath of the Wild technically was a Wii U game. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Mario Kart 8 is still the only
Yeah.
Mario Kart out right now. So, yep.
It goes on and on and on.
3D World too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great game. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Says hard mode. Say something nice about Tonga Loa.
He's part
His
of the
botches are
Bloodline
funny.
family.
He's Samoan, right?
He's
Half Samoan, part Samoan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
he's Samoan.
debut lived rent free in my head when he forgot to pull the referee out of the ring in time. So,
Oh, jeez.
He had a. No, I can't even say that. Never mind.
All right, then don't worry about it. Walter Cruz sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate it. Says, speaking of WrestleMania, get me to 200 subscribers and my wife will send me and someone from the Simply Reliable Studios to WrestleMania 41 and New Orleans for a whole month. Oh, wow.
Oh, he meant 42 for next year.
Okay, but for a whole month,
Next year.
you gotta get to 200, and she'll do all that. Make
Yeah.
some fake accounts.
Well, there you go, guys. Follow him right now. Rage of Wrestling on YouTube. CM Punk says to follow him. So go follow Walter over there. There's the graphic. Thank you for that, Walter. Psycho Jet Black says hard mode. Say something nice about Scrubby Allen.
Hopefully he accomplishes Mount Everest.
He's still alive.
he's fearless.
Yes, he is fearless like Nikki Bella. He is fearless Scrubby Allen. No,
Yeah.
He had a
Darby's
decent run
entertaining.
with Steen.
He's nuts, but he's entertaining. You know, I don't want to see him get hurt, but the guy is absolutely crazy. You know, good for him for taking the chances and going all out for the fans. There's a positive, but you know, it's a little scary sometimes when he's out there and on the verge of killing himself. Psycho Jet Black said, "Easy mode, say something nice about me, Virtue."
Wow.
I'm trying to think of you're a Nintendo fan, and I'm a Nintendo fan, and that we have that.
There you go.
Yeah, but we never disagree really with that stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to
Aaron
say
is our
thanks to
tribal
Aaron.
chief.
Oh, he's our tribal chief. Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't for Aaron getting me on Wrestling Trivia Challenge back in 2015, 2016, wouldn't be doing this stuff with you guys. Oh.
He did let me back in here, which he knew he had to. He didn't want the firestorm that would have followed.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were coming back, so I was like, if you come back, I'll let you back in. All right, we're finally caught up. So that was an interesting no DQ review.
Good
no
job,
doubt.
guys.
And I'm totally cool with free speech. When we do the no DQ review, I like to stick to wrestling. That's all. That's my preference would be.
So
to
no
talk about
politics,
speaking-
no sports, no
religion.
Star Wars.
I
No
was
Star Wars.
speaking
Definitely
about
no
a
Star Wars.
WWE Hall of
And
Famer.
there you go. That's better
Anyway,
than
all right,
Star
let's
Wars.
go
It's
around
no-
and do our last.
Wow,
words.
brilliant.
All right, TJS, I'll start with you.
Well, another super chat just came in. So,
All right, so wait, before you get to
Oh
your
my God.
plug that. All right, say something nice about Ryback. He was a
He's
He's
good,
not on my
back.
television screen.
He's
he was a
strong.
good big man at his peak, and I think they could have done more with him. There you go. Something nice about Ryback.
The
But
squash matches were entertaining.
yes, they were. The squash
Ryback.
matches were very entertaining. All right, there you go. Thank you for that, Michael. Michael Wayne sent in this comment. He's been watching wrestling 20 years. So thank you for that,
No
Michael
DQ.
Wayne.
Yes.
I appreciate that, Michael. All right, go ahead, TJS, with your plug.
all right. Follow me on X at TYLRJSPHSMTH and Truth Social at Tyler Joseph Smith. And that's all I got. Thanks for having me. This show went really long, but always a pleasure. So thank you very much.
Thank you for showing up. All right, Big G.
Yes. If Aaron wants to throw it up real quick, if he still has it. Yes, YouTube, Harley and Joker 2021. If you love cats like most of us here in this room do, I have a bunch of cat videos up there. X on NoDQ_BigBiology. Instagram, NoDQ_BigBiology1988. And I'm back on TikTok, BigBiology1988 on the TikTok as well.
Yeah, Big G. Thank you very much. And we know one person responsible for you being on TikTok. All right, JJ, over to you. Over to you, JJ.
I'm not sure which graphic. Okay, there you go. So yeah, follow all of us from the Simply Reliable Studios on YouTube, Jay Hebert Studios, Rage of Wrestling, Simple Man's Brand, Noah Foster, and of course myself, Casa D18 Studios. Like Walter said in the comments in his super chat, if he can get to 200 subscribers, his wife is going to send him to WrestleMania 42 next year for a month. She said she wanted him out of her hair, so that's why she's sending him for a month. And then she said that she would pay for one of us to come with him. So go support him, Rage of Wrestling on YouTube. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, JJ. Hey, Aaron, I think Warhawk Rambo is Mo Camera's burner. Anyway, Gino, over to you.
Why did he hate on Cena?
He just says I hate Roman. I just feel like that's Mo Camera. But anyway, all right, Gino.
Yeah, as always, guys, honored to be here. Speaking of subscribers, I actually just hit the major milestone, for me anyway, of passing 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So come check us out. We're going to have a 500 sub party tomorrow live. We'll be live streaming some games. And thank you so much to Aaron and Virtue and all the guys here for the opportunity to be here and talk wrestling and maybe subscribe to each other. We've been having a good time being in each other's videos. So it's a great community that you guys have going here. And I'm always honored to be a part of it. And thank you so much for welcoming me on every time.
Thank you for being on, as always. And now, over to Aaron.
All right, we got a couple more super chats, and maybe I'll get the personal channel running again, and then we can maybe do a non-wrestling panel, and then things could get really interesting. Then you guys can have all the freedom of speech you want. Maybe we'll do that on the personal.
Like we did
channel.
for the Beatles panel.
Yeah, but
me, you, TJS, and Tito.
But this will be anything goes, and anybody could say anything they want. Talk
Anything?
politics,
Ooh.
religion. We'll go no holds barred and see how things go.
Interesting.
Maybe.
We'll see. If there's a demand for it, maybe we'll do that on.
There is. I'm
channel.
demanding it, so there's a demand.
All right. Well then, chat room. Let me know if you want non-wrestling live stream like this. Let me know on my personal channel, which is youtube.com/Aaron Riff. Still got the cat videos up there. All right. So let's get to these super chats. Shanti sent in $2 and says, say something really nice about Dave Meltz. I guess Dave Meltzer. Well, without him, I wouldn't be doing this. So I guess that's a positive, right? Gino, you want to say something nice about Uncle Dave?
He's consistently had his name in this industry for decades, and whether he deserves it or not, that's another thing. But that's it's pretty admirable.
He's made some good money, right?
He lives in San Jose. He has to be.
I got something nice to say about him. He's right about 25% of the time.
Hey,
that's positive.
That's a pretty good batch.
I did not take a dig at
industry.
Those are great baseball numbers.
All right, we got one more here from Psycho Jet Black. Hard mode. Say something nice about Jeff Jarrett.
I love Jeff Jarrett. I really do.
One thing.
Look, how old is he? Like 55, and he's still out there performing with the boys. I think he does a good job. I wanted him to win the AEW title. I really did.
Same.
He's one of the masterful carnies in the history of the business. And I know CM Punk once blocked me because I said that, and I didn't even directly say that to him. But I think that's a compliment. That's a compliment. I don't understand. But anyway.
Jeff Jarrett is the last of a generation, and he has a great mind for the business. I'd actually like to hear Big G say something nice about him as much as he loves him.
One thing, Big G, because you did mark out when he debuted.
You were like,
I just know I'm never gonna let this is never gonna get let down. It's gonna go all the way to the day I die. That I love Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett is Big G's claim to fame. That's his one thing.
Remember the guy from Howard Stern, like Beetlejuice was his name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Jeff Jarrett hit him with the guitar, that was entertaining.
I remember that. Yeah.
Big G, ain't he great?
Sure.
Don't piss me off.
Wee woo.
Hey, I did watch the Yappa Pie promo, and I say what you want about Hogan, but no one is cutting promos like that anymore. Like, This
yeah,
dude.
that's probably a good thing.
No, I thought he cut a good promo. Like the way that his.
Yeah. And then go look at the pay-per-view buy number for the uncensored pay-per-view. Get back to
TJS
me.
got some homework.
Uncensored.
Uncensored 2000 pay-per-view buy rate. Go
I
look
typed
at
in
that.
uncensored Hogan Oh, well,
Here we go again. What are you looking up?
Him and Jimmy Hart parodies.
All right, what else we got here?
That's
That's
it.
it.
Thank you all for watching, and sorry if things went off the rails a little bit, but
yeah, that Star Wars talk.
Apology
Star Wars
accepted.
talk-
Hey, Aaron just apologized to me publicly. I accept it. So I
All
think
right,
we can
fair
put
enough then.
Water under the bridge.
All right, it's water under the bridge. So,
Okay.
again, if you guys want some other topics like Star Wars, want my thoughts on Star Wars, then maybe we'll do another stream on another channel and talk about that stuff. But I got
Aaron would actually have to go and watch all the movies first.
Right?
If you want me to watch them at gunpoint, then maybe I will. All
What
right,
year
All
is that?
That's it. All right. Well,
I
you
said
can
my piece.
follow me on x.com if you dare at NoDQ_virtue. And we're going to have to be waiting at least another several months to a year for that. But that
You
is
should
all I
change
got. Oh, yeah.
that.
Go to, no, I'm going to keep.
Will
That's him
TJS
putting-
be back on before The
That
Rock
wasn't that
versus Roman
Rock on
Reigns?
Raw and Netflix putting it over Reigns right
Yeah.
there?
No, that was.
that-
Yeah, was it? Oh,
That's,
okay.
that's relevant. That's 2025. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, go to nodq.com/merch to get shirts like this. But that is all I have for Aaron, for TJS, for Big G, for JJ, for Gino, and the whole NoDQ group, crew and galaxy, including Colin, Mr. Tito, everybody out there. Good night. We'll see you next time.
Yeet.